Hustler to the young. Marcus guard me at the desk. Used to have to push up. Now I hardly got the press. Got 2 guns. They both lead to cardiac arrest. My success got suckers' souls off. Blowing steam like a cup of coffee. Click, get these fuckers off.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's directrapgrid.com. Traffic 3 was lit. It was the weekend. It was dope. In my opinion, it was one of the best URL events in some time. I think when these brothers get to traveling and people from other states come and they show out and a lot of younger or newer MCs rise to the occasion, it's perfect. It's perfect. You know what I mean? That's the competitive-based theme that battle rap needs right now. And I'm glad that it's going back to that origin, man, where people aren't really coast banging right now, but they really trying to put on for their city, for their coast, for their side. So I'm loving it. So before I get into day 2, I know y'all want to hear about Dizaster, Tay Roc and Ab, Geechi Gotti, JC, all them battles. But before we get into that, I want to do something I don't normally do. I want to show love to day 1. I went to the bodied premiere, so I wasn't able to catch every single battle. But a lot of y'all that been to battles before, you know my man Hollywood is there at every single event. So I'm going to have Hollywood jump in, break down day 1, make sure y'all get some shine, y'all know who's really popping, who to look out for, and who's on the come up, and then we're going to come back and do day 2.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Hollywood. I want to break down this day 1 card for URL traffic. Had a couple of notable battlers that really stood out to me. First, let's go ahead and start. Go with Young Grizz and Craig Lamar. You know, Craig Lamar came out from Tampa. Battle Young Grizz. Young Grizz showed out. That's a battle that you have to watch. That battle was fire. I'm not going to go too much into these battles because I really don't want to give away a lot of the stuff that was in there. So I want you guys to go check that out. Another notable battle from day 1 that I saw was Stewie Newton and XL. Fire. Stewie Newton, I mean, he had so much electrifying, you know, shit to say. They were almost pushing his ass off stage, bro. So check that out. The last battle, which was the main event for the night, was Diesel versus Steams. Now, I'm going to tell you, during this battle, the stage collapsed. And what was impressive is, well, first of all, once the stage collapsed, everybody rushed off the stage. And a lot of the people that are not from out west were thinking that it was earthquake. And they were kind of nervous. But we realized that it wasn't. It was just a cheap stage, and it just broke down on them. So what ended up happening is, I think that was the 2nd round or something. The 2 battlers still battled on that broke down stage to finish out the battle. So that was for the culture. And I really do give those guys a shout out for, you know, continuing on with that battle in a dangerous environment because that stage did collapse. So with that being said, there was one more battle left that was supposed to happen earlier. So they really wanted to do it. So they did that one outside. And that one was Lil KO versus The Spot. And The Spot, I mean, this cat put on 3 rounds of flawless material, and he really needs to be looked at as somebody, as a force to be reckoned with, because this dude really showed out. So that's just a real quick overall view of what happened on day 1. When those battles drop, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and view those, man. It's some fire shit in there. But if I didn't mention your name on this particular card, man, that means you didn't really impress, so it's time to get back to the drawing board. So, you know, this was a big opportunity for the West. Those individuals grasped that opportunity and they ran with it. So start to look out for those cats.
All right, so now back to day 2. We're going to get into some juicy shit, okay? But first of all, shout out to my sponsor, Witch for the nice cup of water. But first battle of the night was something that nobody knew was planned. They brought back Emerson Kennedy to face VDOT. Now, I wasn't expecting this. There was some rumblings of VDOT or somebody might battle, and we kind of found out like right before the battle, but I was pleasantly surprised. Now, Emerson is fire lyrically, but I didn't know how that crowd was gonna take him, because I know he's really dope in a small room, and he did good against Jerry West, but I just didn't know because VDOT has been commanding just a lot of respect and a lot of crowd reaction lately. So VDOT goes first. That first round, it seemed like a first round KO. That's what it really felt like. It felt like VDOT knocked him out the first round. People are yelling, "Fight back, fight back." Now, you know, usually I try to quote some bars, but it's on pay-per-view. Watch Battle Live, check that out. But VDOT's first round was a Whoo, it was a cooker. Emerson come back. He start off, and he was rebuttaling. He was rebuttaling, and he had some dope freestyles. I didn't know he gave it up like that. But Emerson's first round comes. Okay, he starts off nice. It's a room shaker. Another room shaker. Before you know it, people are arguing who won the first round. VDOT got it. Nah, Emerson got it. You tripping. Everybody was like that in the building. Personally, I can say it was very close. I may lean towards VDOT. That jump was close, though. That first round was excellent. That first round was classic. It was one of the first rounds where you said, the whole battles like this is going to be a classic. Second round, VDOT picked up right where he left off. Second round, here come Emerson. Boom. Now, a lot of people had it 1-1 after that, those first two rounds. It was excellent. I think the first round stood out to me just a little bit more. I don't know if it's because the first round of the night and everybody was excited, but the battle was excellent up until that point. So VDOT goes third. He starts with an angle that's controversial because, you know, a lot of people said he'll never do a PG. He'll never debut on URL a certain way. And the way VDOT broke it down, like, I basically said, and I mean this, that this was one of the most influential rounds or verses that I had heard in battle rap, especially when you compare it to a lot of the recent shit. Because what VDOT did was, now he broke down issues and grievances with Smack or whatever, but the real meat of it, and if you know me, I tell this to battlers all the time. Like, if you from New Orleans or you from Georgia or something like that, and you jump in battle rap and you rapping with like a New York accent, or you taking someone else's style, or you running with something that someone else created that's not from your region, you're not really putting on from your region. You're just becoming nice at a style that already exists. And he kind of touched on that, and he was really talking about niggas having to stand their ground, rep they set, rep where they from, and do it the proper way. He got kind of into the business of it, and he kind of broke down it from an aspect of, now, I said I never do a URL battle like this, and you see me doing a URL battle like this, I may look like a hypocrite, but I actually am using it as a platform to get this message across to every other battler that's in a situation like mine. Now, it was just executed perfectly. Like I said, I'm not going to spit all the bars and stuff like that, but it was executed perfectly. People were going crazy the whole time. I know it might get a little controversial. People saying URL's going to vault the footage. They ain't going to do that. Like, I think they understand what was going on, and I think VDOT just, it was a perfect round, bro. It was a perfect round. It's a contender for round of the year. VDOT got a couple contenders for round of the year, but that one right there, man. And Emerson's third, it was dope, but VDOT's third was so much bigger than just that battle, and it commanded a certain type of respect and attention from everybody in the room. And Emerson had a hard time matching that because I don't think he prepared to stand in front of that type of material. You know what I mean? I think it was more of like a VDOT was really strategic, and Emerson was dope as hell. Now, I talked to a lot of people in the crowd who said, man, I think Emerson might have got it. VDOT got the last round, but Emerson might have got the first two. But a battle I'll compare it to for y'all is like, if y'all been watching battle rap that long, it's like a dumbfounded verse tantrum, right? To where like it was close, but there was one round where somebody just took off to the point where it made it clear in my opinion. But dope battle. Some of that shit was classic, man. They had a lot of classic moments in that battle. Maybe if Emerson, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was to me it was a classic in the venue. We'll see how it stands up. We'll see how people feel online. But between how that first round went down, between both of them and VDOT's third, that shit was amazing, man. Highly, highly enjoyable battle. It's gonna have a lot of replay value, and I think that third might go like battle rap viral. You know what I'm saying? The second battle was, now, first of all, shout out to K-Shine. He had a new addition to his family. He couldn't make it, as Beasley explained earlier. I talked to a lot of fans there. People seem to understand, which is dope, because K-Shine shows up to a lot of his battles. But I did want to see him versus Danny. They said it's going down at a later date. So Glueazy versus Danny Myers. Now, I was in and out on this one, but I seen a lot of people arguing both ways. I think something that did stand out to me was I believe in Geechi Gotti's third round, because Danny Myers was calling him a racist white boy and shit, and I said Geechi, but Glueazy, he had he basically like predicted he was going to take an angle like that, and he was saying how he's been raising a black child for like 4 or 5 years, and the mother ain't even there no more. You know what I mean? That was like a powerful moment. And then he talking about when his father passed, and he was comparing the age of. He said his dad died at like 35 when he was 5, and he's 34, and his son is 4. Like the way he put that together stood out to me. I thought that was one of my favorite moments of the battle. But Danny, y'all know Danny. Danny Myers is Danny Myers. He has incredibly high moments where people, oh my God, it's crazy, and then it might dip down a little bit, and then it's, oh my God, it's crazy. Where Glueazy was like this, ooh, flatlined out a little, ooh, you know what I mean? So I think it's gonna come down to a preference battle with that one, man. It was it was a good battle, good solid battle. That's what I'll say about that one. Some big lines, man. Yo, Danny be on his YouTube mind science shit heavy, man. I see you, Danny. But so the battle after that, it was, I believe it was, oh man, Geechi Gotti and Av. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Av's first round, incredible, classic Av shit. It gave you that Av versus Mike P, Av versus Rum Nitty, just that gave everybody their money's worth in punchline value, man. Excellent. Av's first round. Geechi goes. Geechi's first round is excellent. Now, this is what I want to say. Now, in the first 2 rounds, I got the vibe that a lot of people felt like Av was just punching Geechi's head off and going crazy and crazy. And Geechi was saying a lot of shit that was applicable to the West. So they felt like the crowd might have been gassing. But I think there was a point somewhere in the second round where it was like, okay, even if the crowd is gassing a little bit, this nigga spitting some fire. You know what I mean? So to me, the first 2 rounds it was close. And I see, in this type of situation, you want to say like, Av had a higher punch count. He was saying this and that, back to back to back. But Geechi was hanging in there, man. I didn't really know Geechi could punch like that. To me, I thought that Geechi was going to have to heavily rely on street shit, which he did use. You know what I mean? But it didn't. It was crazy because it didn't really go like that. There was even a part. See, when Geechi was saying street shit, he was like, you know what? I'm going to compare Geechi's style to Jadakiss for a second. And that might confuse some of y'all, but this is how I need y'all to feel me. So Jadakiss will make a statement in rhyme format, and people will be like, like I feel that. I went through that. Where like working with new things, a Gemini nigga with mood swings, the dungarees. He'll just say some shit that people will be like, okay. I feel like that's how Geechi was connecting with the crowd. Geechi had a line. Let me see if I can remember it, man. He was like, what hurt your mother more, giving birth to you or having to plan your funeral? That line right there, I think, was a turning point. Because all them people that said, yo, Av is punching his head off. Av is going crazy. He can't hang with the punchline count. That was like, oh my God, that line was tough. And I think at that point, I believe Geechi said it in the second round. I'm sorry if I'm misquoting him, but I believe that was heavy, man. That was heavy. And I think that's the point where the battle kind of evened up and everybody put all that stock in the third round. I believe it was 1-1, probably going into the third round. And Av was dope in that third, man. I think Av's weakest round was probably his third, but it was still a really good round. And Geechi just took off. He kind of like astro projected. So I felt like it was close at bottom of the ninth, and Geechi went in the end of the battle. But some people might say that Av won round 1 and 2. And if you really feel like that and you felt the punchline more, it was ever. But to me, it was like a win-win situation. They both showed out. They both excelled at their styles. And they both proved that they need to be on that next Gnome or that next whatever card ASAP. So that might have been my favorite battle of the entire event. So we got next is Ill Will and Shotgun Suge, which was like a bully battle for me. I want to say this about Ill Will, just the way he attacked this battle. I just feel like he wrote, like I feel like his pen was a little bit better than it has been in recent battles. Like he always has big moments. He has dope freestyles. He got some dope metaphors. But I feel like back to back, he was kind of reaching for a level that I haven't seen him just stay on and sustain for a while. He was saying some dope shit back to back. You know what I mean? And Suge was on his regular bully. His first 2 rounds were good. The vibe in the building was that Ill Will was winning. You know what I mean? I saw a lot of people say Ill Will 2-0. But Suge had some moments that had people like, oh, but if you like that bully shit, nigga, you might like Suge. And I think Suge's 3rd round, he stopped a little short. He had like a quick fumble. And Ill Will, like the whole battle, he was like this. Like he was snapping. Everything Ill Will said was hitting. I think Ill Will had one of the best performances. It's not really the type of thing that's gonna hurt Suge or anything like that. But I think Ill Will definitely got it. He took it, man. Kudos to Ill Will on that performance, man. Ill Will was saying some shit. That was good, man. So T-Top and JC. Now, I heard a lot of people, I feel like the majority of the battle rap community was saying, JC gonna kill this nigga 3-0, especially with T-Top coming off of his last performance like that, right? Now, if you pay close attention to T-Top, something that you realize is, maybe kind of starting from the beginning of the Charlie Clips battle, people were saying that his biggest weakness was that he relied too heavy on the street shit. You know what I mean? Oh, you always talking about my mom did this, and I was cooking up this, and I had the water with the foot, and I was waving the boat, and whatever he's talking about, but he wasn't being creative. Now, when he battled Charlie Clips, it was a close battle, but I think it forced him to change up his little material or whatever, and I feel like that made him a better MC. Because after that, you see him in certain situations where he's facing somebody with a similar street style, but he's going above and beyond a little bit more than them and kind of pulling out the dub. And then you like the surf battle was the one that did it for me. That's when I felt like T-Top had arrived. Like he was in his final freezer form. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Blue hair Goku, blue hair T-Top. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like when you know people think you're gonna lose, and when your back is kind of against the wall, you respond differently, and you just reach another level because it's like, damn, the audacity for you to think I'm gonna lose. Let me go that much harder. I think y'all made T-Top as good as he was last night at Traffic 3. Now JC, I have to give him a lot of props because I said that he put too much pressure on himself doing Trez and Rum Nitty and Ilmac, and you traveling to different leagues and battling niggas with amazing pens, and you beating them, but it's like that thing might run out of gas soon, and I would never want to wish that on him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an amazing writer, but I don't know how much amazing shit you can write when you don't have that much time to prepare. You know what I mean? And you taking week after week. Now JC, he no chokes, no stumbles, got through his material, but I just don't know how potent your shit can be when you facing top opponent after top opponent after top opponent. But at the same time, this battle was very interesting because that's what makes JC JC, is that he's able to string together these crazy streaks. Who went first? Do you remember who went first on that one? Oh, T-Top went first.
Did go first.
So T-Top went first, applied that pressure. I think VDOT and T-Top did similar things at Traffic because they went first and just put their opponent. Watch the train go by. Excuse the train. But they went first and they put their opponent in like this precarious situation where it's kind of like, God damn, I could lose the battle if I don't respond right now. You know, those were some first round knockout rounds that they had prepared. Now, I think JC responded well and he was good, but I still felt like T-Top got the first round. But JC responded well enough to hang in there to where you could say, okay, now if T-Top second ain't as good and JC comes with that shit, it's going to be a 1-1. You know what I mean? That's kind of how you felt. Some people might even been pulling for JC in the first round. Second round, T-Top picked up right where he left off. He was creative. He was witty. He had punchlines. He had street shit. And one thing that he did was he broke down JC's style. So for a lot of the street niggas that was like, man, we understand he got bars, but I just like that straight street shit. He broke it down in a way where no matter what style you like, you're like, Yeah, damn, that is kind of funny. JC does do that, or niggas with bars do kind of move their hands. This, you know what I mean? He pointed out some dope shit that people haven't really pointed out. And JC second, I think I liked his first a little bit better. And the fit vibe in the room was that T-Top was winning 2-0. Now in the third round, T-Top, oh my God, yo. So T-Top had lines about the Chris Stokes shit, and I think T-Top had the best dance bars, besides when Charlie Clips said, the way you did this and took your chain, besides that. But T-Top had like the best Chris Stokes so you can dance bars. And at the end, now the battle, at this point, you had the feeling the battle was already over. People were screaming, like, leave him alone and shit like that. But at the very end, T-Top, man, he brought a dancer with him to the battle, and he said something along the lines of like, nah, you about to really have a battle of your life. And while he was rapping, the dude was dancing out the action of what T-Top was saying he was going to do to him. And he kind of ended it like, and you going to look like this after the something. I don't know. It was like, you going to look like this after I shoot you. And the dude did a dance where he like moved back and looked like he was shot. Oh my God, man. But see, I think he had that in the bag as like if the battle's close, I'm going to really win with this one. But what it really was T-Top was already winning, and people were just like, oh my, they kept stopping the breakdance performance and they kept moving it. It was amazing. Amazing. And JC's third round was actually good, but people, they stood up, they clapped for both of them at the end because it was JC had a respectable performance, but T-Top, it was like T-Top pulled out all the stops, man, because if T-Top took this L, I think it kind of would have put his career in a different place. And I know he didn't want that, but that was an amazing moment in recent battle rap, man. T-Top was killing, man. I think T-Top, now this is what's gonna happen, and this is for all them fake ass fans out there. Y'all been spamming and commenting and trolling every single video. JC will kill this nigga. JC's the best. Y'all niggas is whack. JC versus Lux. JC will destroy Lux. And y'all same niggas. Man, JC is trash, nigga. I knew T-Top was gonna beat him. Yo, JC don't deserve Lux. Yo, how I don't understand how you can be that much of a fair weather fan. If you rock with somebody, you rock with them. I'm saying maybe JC don't have to go back to the drawing board. He's JC. All he need to do is have another fire performance, and y'all niggas gonna be saying the same shit. I just don't condone it. I don't like it, and I don't appreciate it when you be all on somebody's dick, and then you turn around and it's, oh, I don't never fuck with that nigga anyway. Yo, man, if I see any of y'all commenting saying that you never fuck with JC, and I can prove that you said JC is the GOAT last week, we making a video about your ass. We're gonna do all the niggas that turn their back on JC, part 1 through 3, man. We're gonna put all the comments on the screen and call your ass out, man. Cause I don't like that shit. That ain't right, man. Y'all just be, that proves to me that some of y'all that be commenting on battle rap, y'all just say shit. And the fucked up thing is that it gets to a lot of the battle rappers. Like a lot of them might change their style, or they just be worried about certain shit because of the shit y'all say on the comments. You have to realize that with commenting and something that's such a tight-knit, close community that's a grassroots movement, comes some type of responsibility because you upholding these niggas. You don't never like we all come from, we not celebrities or nothing like that. Niggas done work their ass off to get these views, to be able to put a little bit of money in their pocket. You can't just be dragging them down like that if you say that you care about the community. Like JC lost, but he's gonna be back. You know what I mean? So don't do the dick switching. I can't condone it. Do not do that shit. But anyway, it was a dope battle. T-Top was excellent. JC was good. He just got outdone last night. Now, Active was supposed to have a battle on day 1. It didn't go down. I don't know. His opponent didn't show up. Is that what it was?
Yes.
All right. I feel bad for Active because it happened with Riggs. Now it happened on this one. So they kind of put together like a last minute 1 round Billy Boondocks battle, and they did that before the main event. Active went first, and then Billy Boondocks, man, they was booing him. The crowd was like chanting and singing, like nah, hey, goodbye. I've never seen like niggas in unison was singing that shit. Oh my God,
And he's from Cali.
Yeah, they should have did the battle. They should have did the battle a little bit earlier in the night, so if it didn't go as planned. But yeah, Voltopia, Voltism. You know what I'm saying? And I feel fucked up because I feel like I can't remember the last time Active got a 3-round battle that he prepared for where everything went perfectly on that weekend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they just asked him to slap some shit together the night before. You know what I mean? But I feel like, and it's kind of fucked up for Active too, because if Billy got in there and killed it, that footage was worth putting out. But I don't know, man. Hey, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, but just get Active the proper opponent, get him set up, no matter what league, what platform it's on, and get that man a proper chance to shine, man. Because something crazy is always happening with Active. But shout out to Active, man. Shout out to Boondocks too, man. But hey, it happens sometimes. So main event, Tay Roc and Dizaster. Now y'all see, I'm gonna put out an interview I did with Tay Roc after the battle in a little bit, and you'll see me address some things that y'all always comment on my videos. But Dizaster went second. Tay Roc goes first. His first round is dope. I saw a lot of people online say, "Oh, I don't like Tay Roc's first round." No, his first round was dope. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I liked his first round. Now, I thought, see, someone like Dizaster, even though I saw a lot of people saying Tay Roc is gonna win 2-1, Dizaster gets distracted. He does this, he does that. Something about Dizaster that I was telling people is that if you know his history with the West Coast pit, he started off as a street battler in that LA scene, and he was cooking niggas. And I kind of felt like about this battle, things were gonna come full circle, and he was gonna be that same Dizaster that we saw in the pit. And if y'all aren't familiar, just type Dizaster the pit, West Coast LA or whatever. Tyrese, Redman, and all the niggas in the video, and he's just smoking people back to back. I thought we were gonna get that Dizaster. You kind of know how Tay Roc come the same way every time, fully prepared, ready to go, and rises to the occasion. You can't even say nothing about him no more. So I thought it was just like gonna be a classic. And now, mind you, the Traffic 3 event was so good that if Tay Roc versus Dizaster was a classic, very good, or anything close to it, it would have went down as one of the best battles in the history of the West, one, and one of the, it might all be that anyway, and one of the best URL battles. Dizaster, see, here's the thing, you book Dizaster because he's Dizaster. You don't want Dizaster up there doing shit that he don't normally do. You know what I'm saying? Niggas came to the battle, niggas, he's on the top of the thing, people were excited for the battle because they want to see Dizaster be Dizaster. So I saw some people in the crowd kind of like, oh, that was corny. This line was corny because you talking about scientific shit and planets and shit. Man, Dizaster was Dizaster, and he was Dizaster we all know he can be in that first round. The shit he said about I'll crumble Rock in the ring because he's all gas like Saturn. I was like, oh, that was one of my favorite bars of the night. I might have said it backwards, but y'all get the point. Saturn, crumbled Rock. There's a ring around Saturn. It's a planet. Nigga, I don't know what planet it was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it was the 9th planet, I'll put the 9 on this nigga, you know. But nah. But Dizaster's first round was incredible, man. I had Dizaster up 1-0. Really liked that round. And once again, I saw a lot of people hating on the first round as a whole, and I was like, nigga, no. That does not deserve to be the point at all. Now, right after that, round 2, Tay Roc turned up, man. Tay Roc is the second round king, man. I might have to, I think a lot of us know that, but he might need that official title, man. Second round king. Second round killer. Second round killer has a better ring to it. Second round killer, Tay Roc. Someone make him a t-shirt, second round killer. Great. You know what I mean? He kind of did the same thing he did in the Hollow battle, like he just super turned up in the middle. Dizaster second round went, and it was cool, but Tay Roc smashed that second round, man. The third round, Tay Roc smashed it, man. His second and third, the third might have been a little bit better than the second. And in Dizaster's third round, he had some lines like, I'll take your black queen and I'll do this. And people weren't mad, but you could kind of tell they was like, we ain't reacting to that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he had like, it's funny though, because they were reacting where he was like, yo, my last name is Bin Laden. So, I know how to deal with cave or something like that. And people were going crazy over that. But when he started talking about like black girls or something like that, people kind of like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? They kind of made him want to root for Rock more. And he didn't have a lot of shit that really went over well. Oh, nigga got dogs barking in the background. They were like, talk that shit, Dizaster. But nah, man, Dizaster's third round didn't really go over the best. Um, I think if Dizaster wrapped it up in a nice, pretty bow, people would be going crazy over that battle. You know what I mean? If his third round was the caliber of his first round, they would have been going crazy. But Tay Roc and Dizaster definitely had some great rounds. But I just feel like Roc ran away in that second and third round, man. He definitely ran away, man. And I think, now I openly admit this on camera, man. Sometimes with battle rappers, I have a hard time giving them legendary status. Like, so for DNA, for instance, right? I went through this thing where I was like, not now, but maybe like a year or two ago, I was like, is DNA really a legend? Because he was young. You know what I mean? I just felt like he's young. He's at every battle. Is he a legend? Then you kind of look at his top performances, look at his consistency, and look at what he's done, and you're like, damn, he is a legend. And I had that feeling about Tay Roc. You know what I mean? Like, is Tay Roc a legend after the Hollow battle, or did he just have a Hollow battle? Are they pushing him to be a legend, so everyone's saying he a legend? But I just had a moment in this battle with Diz where I was like, yeah, nigga Tay Roc is a legend as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I really felt that, man. Just the veteran aura, the veteran feel. You know what I mean? And shout out to him for wearing the Two Surf jersey. I thought it was dope that he made that, and he's keeping the Surf's name 100% out in these battle rap streets. I love it to death. Diz, man, amazing first round. But I just thought that the third round kind of got him, man. It was the third round that did it. So, yeah. I just love that Satin bar, though. The Satin bar was like one of my top 5 bars of the night. So, look. Usually this is the point where I say, yo, good blog. It's over. Shout out. Subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. And then y'all get in the comments and be like, yo, you didn't even talk about DNA and Rum Nitty. What the fuck, nigga? Yo, this nigga's a whack-ass blogger. Yo, this nigga forgetting battles and shit. I can't lie, I forgot the battle, but I just remembered right now. So we're going to talk about DNA and Rum Nitty. Now, look. DNA went first, I believe. DNA goes. Solid round. I feel like he was testing the water. You know what I'm saying? If you remember Nestle and Paperworks, was testing the waves with his feet. You know what I'm saying? Rum Nitty, just from the beginning, nigga. Punchline, 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 punchline that you never heard before. Crowd going crazy. He was tossing punchlines at the rate of Randy Johnson fastballs. Shout out to Arizona. Oh my God, nigga, you'll never get your diamond back. Nah, but yo, Rum Nitty wigged in that first round. Second round, DNA turned up. Yo, his second round was dope. It was creative. And he, yeah, it was in the second round, I believe, where he said a line and somebody was like, oh, that's an Av bar. Av said that bar already. And he was like, oh, Av said it already? Well, check this out. And then he did some like scheme and he said the words like save, wave, and crave or something like that. And he was like, either way, I'm ending Av. And there was like a second where people were like, huh? Oh shit, all those words end in AVE, nigga. Oh my God, the craziest freestyle ever. So I can't lie. As a freestyler and as somebody who thinks that freestyling has elevated to a point where like, yo, if that shit ain't flawless like a written, don't say it. Because niggas won't care. That shit was amazing. You don't know the type of technical aspect of just coming off the top and that has to be mastered to pull something like that off, nigga. I was thoroughly impressed with that shit. Salute to you, DNA. Save, wave, crave, Dave, wait, whatever he said, nigga. The shit ended in Av and it was fire. Rum Nitty, second round. I thought it was gonna be 1-1. That's how I felt. Here comes Rum Nitty. Yoda Flame, Hadouken, Shuriken, Fireball, Sonic Boom, nigga, just all back to back, nigga. It was just. Rum Nitty was overwhelming people with punchlines. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, I think the feeling was that Rum Nitty won the second round also. See, this is where it gets hard for me to break down battles because a piece of me wants to be like, yo, Rum Nitty was up 2-0 at that time. I just feel like DNA's second round was so creative and I hadn't really heard a round like that from him in a minute that it sucks to just be like, yup, and then this nigga came with punchlines and won the second round. But that was the feeling. You know what I mean? But I love DNA second round was one of my favorite rounds of the night. And then the third round, Rum Nitty super took off, man. It was about 5 or 6 lines he had where people were like, "Oh my God, nigga, shut the cameras off, nigga, go to the next battle." As Rum Nitty was cooking, man. Whatever people felt like after Rum Nitty battled JC, nigga, just erase that out your mind because Rum Nitty is back and maybe better than ever, man. See, the thing I love, and I said this when New Jersey Twerk battle Ill Will, the thing I love about certain battle rappers is you really get to see their character when they backs against the wall. When a nigga done went through some shit or a nigga's losing and he pull out a crazy round or a nigga just come more prepared than he ever has. I mean, Rum Nitty was on one. Rum Nitty was on two. He was on 3 rounds, nigga. Like, that shit was crazy. Great job, Rum Nitty. And great job, DNA, for that second round, bro. Y'all niggas might want to call it Rum Nitty 3-0, but I got to give DNA love for that second round, man. It's a great battle. And yeah, I guess my final words on the whole event is that I think Traffic 3 was a success. It was dope. I think it was this close to being called one of the best URL battles ever. You know what I mean? Because everybody showed up to that mug. Everybody had crazy moments. You know what I mean? I just think it was maybe like one classic or one very good more performance away from just being super amazing. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the MCs. I had a great time. Sometimes I don't have good times at battles, but this one I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Shout out to everybody that came and did the Rap Grid interviews. This is like the most interviews we've gotten in like a year. So you'll see all these joints dropping. Thank you to everybody for liking, subscribing, commenting. I'm resuming the Redirect podcast this week on Tuesday. I'm talking to Tay Roc, Beasley, and Smack, JC. So we're gonna have the next few weeks. There's gonna be a lot of dope episodes coming out. Follow me at the Rec. Follow Rap Grid at Rap Grid. Go to rapgrid.com. We have VODs up right now. If you haven't seen that JC versus Immaculate yet, yo, check out that card. And check out the other cards on that bullpen. You haven't seen VDOT versus Loso yet, and there's a whole bunch of other shit on there. All right? Salute.